All right, let's get this started. Throw myself on camera here. What a nice little pump. Didn't expect to see that right before I came on stream. I don't know if everybody's watching, but a nice little 16% pumperoonie on HEX. Caught it right here in the middle. Let's see. I'm not sharing the screen for this, but yeah, happening right now. Right now on the 4 hour. See how long ago this started. Okay, so I've been working, so I haven't caught it, but it's been going on for a couple hours. All right, very nice. Hey, everybody's mood changes. You know, we get excited, and the price goes up, right? Who can really blame them, right? All right, so today just a quick short video on T-share rate and where we're at right at the moment and where we're headed. And so with that, let's get right over there to look at the charts. Okay, so this is the you might have noticed some changes up on the HEXFire.com. Guess I should check and see if you guys can hear me. I think I got one person watching. Somebody give me a response here in the chat. Make sure you can hear my voice. Red Squirrel, I see you. All right, man. Yeah. Hey, Lazy Hexagon. I finally figured out how to make my camera work properly. So let's see. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. All right. Hey, so going back here again. So we always a great chart to look at. Up and to the right only. It's the only chart we know that's what it does. And so pretty cool. So as T-share rate goes up, it changes the dynamics of the system. As I was going to say when it first got started, a couple things changed on this site. I'm really have been pushing out everything that I have that can be on this site. I'm trying to get it up here on the left-hand side on the menu so people can get back and forth and see what they need to. I also have added a date timestamp bottom right, which is UTC time. So this will, for those who are looking to try to sync up with what's actually happening, know how latent this data is in advance. Getting to the T-share, since today is Friday, I like T-share Friday. I don't know, that's just my terminology for it. You can see we're tracking along pretty good. We'll go to the detailed chart here, and we are coming up to this this change. Now I covered this last week as well. We have a potential change, and I'm going to use the terminology potential because we have the potential to go from where we are now around 25.7. I think we're down here at 691 up to 26.450. If you guys want to see that particular change, you can click the gold arrow here, the yellow arrow, and it'll bring you to a little bit different chart. And this is the one that's showing all of the stakes that are ending in February and what their calculated new share rates are. And you can see we have this little guy right up here at the top, this one stake, and with quite a bit of HEX coming out, staked for 1,095 days. So that is expected to end sometime around that date, 14th, 15th. And if it does end, then we might see a nice big increase to the rate. And let's see here. let's get the highest one. I'm just going to sort this little guy. Go for the highest rate that shows here. So that's this one here, this 26,451. Original stake was 50 million. And so anybody wants to go do the analysis, you can come grab this address and go look up the address and see what's there. Now, if for some reason that particular staker decides to good account or just doesn't come back for some reason, I can't imagine. I think they've been active from what I saw in the Etherscan logs. Then we'll just, it doesn't change anything. We'll just kind of move along and just set new highs based on these other sticks. And you can see, even if this one, doesn't end around the 16th, we'll end up with, a new share rate of almost, 26,000 by the end of the month anyways. And that's just how it works. It's like a little bit of a race between all of the stakes that have been made, and the calculation is done independently. It has no idea what's happened with other stakes. All it knows is what the current T-share rate is, and whether or not the ending stake has a, actually calculates a higher T-share rate. Okay. So then going back to HEXFire IO, the front page here, you can see again, you kind of track these up. We can, see that is a stake that's coming out. And if for some reason that doesn't end, what you'll see is this line will start to fill in with the diagonal with all the shorter stakes coming in. And, just filling in what those next new T-share rates will be. All right, let's dig in a little bit deeper. Let's go look at the share rate chart itself. I had preset this because I wanted to look at a particular time frame. And you can see we had a stake back here that we had expected to bring the rate up pretty good, actually a couple of them, and they hadn't, at that time they didn't close out. For whatever reason, there's a lot of people speculating on pulse chain launch, etc. But you can see what the actual is. So it's just trailing a little bit behind what it could be if people were more timely with their stakes. And I think we're going to see more of this as we go along because, we got almost 1 million stakes, means 700,000 stakes that have been made. There's several 100,000 open. There's always people that are going to forget. Always people that will forget. As we come up to this date, if you are, if you have something you want to get done or you had planned to get done, try to get it done before this change. I mean, it'll go up anyways, as I showed you with the other numbers. But if you were going to stake in, whether it's HEXOSA, Hedron or Hex, I would do it before this, before this possibility, just to make sure you get the best rate possible. Just makes sense to me. Now, other things that are happening out here, let's say we go look at our staking data, kind of see what's happening here in the next few days. So on this panel here, I always screw up and end up with too many filters on. So if you want to take a look at your filters and make sure you're checking them out before you go in here, you can see I grabbed that other address. Let's see what he's got going on and what he's done in the past. So this is the one that we were expecting will end and change the share rate. I'm going to just do a quick sort by stake end. Okay, and we can see that this particular staker seems like they've been on top of it, right? So never late, on time, just a lot of value. So I would imagine that makes sense to me. And they did end those stakes previously, so we have this next one. I would expect that within a couple days they'll probably end it, right? Nice ROI, 154% estimated, and 77 million. 77 million HEX. Wow. And in yield. Poof. Like to be that guy, sitting pretty. All right. What else is going on? So if we go, let's look. Let's change our dates up here. I'm going to make it to expected end date of 23. And I'm going to take out this. I'm going to say to show me the ones that are not ended for the moment. And so expected end, let's say, let's do, I don't know, 2, 2, 8 or 2, 3s, I guess is fine. We'll do 2, 3. Take a look at this. Let's see where we're at. So you can see we still have 4,400, almost 4,500 stakes ending in, within the next, what is it, 19 or 20 days. Now, people get bent out of shape over the amount that's always coming out, but there's always HEX coming out. And, so it's expected to see that. Well, you look down, we do have this very, very large stake that's ending. I forget if this is Godwell. It might be Godwell. Yeah, Godwell. All right, so he's done pretty good, right? So that's that one should be coming out here right before that big change. Note though that that is not the address that made the new share rate what it is. It is not the address. Be interesting to see. He's got got a 3 billion so far mintable Hedron. I wonder if he'll mint that. You can see down here at the bottom, I've got the total for the Hedron that's mintable for all these stakes. Looks like we got about 89 billion or 81 billion that can be minted between now and that time frame as well. And so yeah. What other ones do we have here that are big? And so then the next biggest ones, which, as far as I'm concerned, any of these are large enough. We do have quite a few stakes that are coming out that are fairly large, but you also notice that some of them are the rolling stakes. So, the ones to be looking at, I think, for new behaviors are going to be the ones that have been in for a long time. Somebody that's been waiting, like this one that we already had looked at. Somebody's been waiting for a while. 6 months isn't quite that long, but I mean, that's pretty sizable stake. What others do we have in here? So we can see several other, 1,000-day stakes out there. Those will all have big payday applied to them, which accounts for why their ROI is so hefty. See if our HEX price do anything different. Oh, up even higher, almost 20%. Well, I like to exaggerate. Almost 19% at 18.74%. Gotta love a pump. Hey, Axis. Hey, thanks for joining. I got your message, yeah. So let's see, 15 minutes. All right, we'll get this one done under 20 minutes. So that's the share rates. Probably the other thing I'd want to go take a look at. What else I want to look at? Oh, yeah. And so I do want to show you guys this. We go to, let's go back to that chart. Back to the share rate chart. I also added a button here at the bottom for the share rate model. So it kind of makes logical sense to me that if you're looking at this, you might want to go deeper and get the rest of the data. So you can come in here and come look by day what the potential upticks are in share rate and where they might go. And this kind of gives you a different visual than the previous one of you know, exactly what might happen, you know, when stakes end. And the reason I did it this way, everybody has this question, you know, how come the ones after are smaller than the ones before? Well, the reason for that is we just don't have another stake on that day, and I wanted to show it, that it'll go that high. So like on the 16th here, for that 26,451, you'll see that if that one doesn't hit, then the rest of these will just inch it up, you know. And so putting us probably somewhere around 26,000 by the beginning of March, regardless. I still expect in 2023 that we'll see the overall T-share rate go up another 20% this year. Might be a little bit higher. We'll see. Um, and then, wow, those numbers are big, man. And then probably another 28% in 24, and almost 80% by the end of 25. And so if you're a believer in the 4-year cycles, that's going to coincide pretty darn nicely uh, with the end of the cycle. It's going to be a pretty explosive couple of years coming up here. That's for sure. All right, let's see if this can catch up for a minute. Anybody have any questions before I close out? Let me know. I'm hoping to get some things nailed down with Axis. We've been working on the side lightly on some volatility stuff. He'd give me a heads up on something that he thought would be pretty useful, and so I finally put together a pretty good chart, I think. I'm going to go over it and see if we can fine tune it. Price volatility for HEX over several different periods of time, you know, to see that. And so maybe we'll get that out. I did throw a link out to the Patreon guys and gals to you know, enter and go test it. It is up and available for review. So we'll see what happens with that. All right. Well, guys, thanks a lot for joining me again. It is very exciting times, man. I tell you, this T-share rate thing, great chart. I'm sure we'll see more of that. And on your way out, make sure you hit like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 number, you know, on YouTube, because then it allows me to do some other cool things within the protocol. I don't know that I'll actually monetize it, but you know, at least then, if I wanted to do something, I could do that. So I'm trying to build up the viewership there. And if you haven't checked it out, go check out the Patreon link. It's in the description of the video here. And with that, that'll be it. Hey, thanks, guys.